You cannot change what you now know. You cannot go back to not knowing. You cannot go back to when you were before this moment, before this day, before this experience. For that which has been unveiled can never be covered again. You must see with the eyes that you now have. These lessons have been coming to you for 3 years. 3 of your limited time experience. 3 years. You have been learning to see differently. And you have fought this. You have thought many times that you must go back to seeing things in the old way. And yet, even though you fought it, you also wanted to see beyond what you were experiencing. And so this dynamic, this push and pull, let me see, no, I don't want to see, let me see, no, I don't want to see. You were shown things, and then you fought what you were shown. Back and forth until the explosion came. There is no going back now. You must see with these eyes you have now. As if you had cataracts on your eyes before and they have been removed and you are seeing clearly. And yet there is comfort in the way you were seeing before. Do you understand that there is more to be seen? That by opening these doors, by removing the veil, that there is now more that will be shown. And we say to you, you are prepared. And although you may feel at times you are not, we say to you, you are. You are prepared to see what is coming next. For what you were shown before was but a glimpse of the beauty that is coming. And although you may seek to search for, because of your old ways of thinking, to look for that which is bad that is happening, this is not what is happening. The clarity that you have within you gets clouded by that which you search for from the past. For this which has been shown on a global level can never be covered again. And in doing so, your heart expands. And although you think your heart is in pain, your heart is expanding. You must not see yourself as a person who is of a non-linear guidance. For there has been linear guidance. You are experiencing multi-dimensional guidance at the same time you are experiencing linear guidance. Do not divide the two. They are as one. For in the progression of the changes, there has been stability. And this is what you have needed. Even as if you felt the change was too much, you would move forward and then go back, forward and then go back. This was linear learning. The linear learning is still multidimensional. This is important that you understand this. The linear is not separate from the multidimensional. It is a part of it. Back and forth until the release happens. Until you move into new understandings. This is beautiful. This is as it should be. For in this experience that you call third dimension, fourth dimension, and even into the fifth dimension, there is a breaking free that must come within you, a loosening, an opening, a gateway into higher understandings. But this is not separate. This is not separate from the multidimensional awareness. This is a part of it. Your guidance, which you may have experienced as confusion, was never confusion. It was taking you gently through the linear way of change. And now, as you see through these new eyes, and you are called back into the old way of when you did not know, you may find yourself curious as to what your life would be like if all these changes had never happened. If all that had been uncovered had stayed covered. And yet you also know that there is more uncovering to do. You have watched through your political experience this. I do not want to know that there is this much judgment in the world, and yet through the knowing there will be change. There will be more love. there will be more of the multidimensional experience flowing through your world as you know it. If you choose to go back and forth and back and forth, this is your experience of finally loosening. We offer you a remembrance. Remember when you were a child and your tooth became loose so that the new could come in, and you would move that tooth back and forth and back and forth until finally the tooth left. This is what is happening so that the new may grow in. Back and forth you may go until it finally is loosened and it leaves. This is a part of the multidimensional experience. It is not separate. It is a part. And it is beautiful in itself as well. Do not judge yourself. Do not judge others. Back and forth until it is loosened and the new may come through. Remember within your being, when the new tooth came in, it took time. It took time, and it grew until it was a new tooth. This is a dynamic experience. This is not something that happens in a night, in a day, in an awakening that happens within an hour. This is a loosening. We are the Arcturians. We present to you this experience for you to have understanding of those around you, and to allow them and to allow yourself, without judgment of whether or not they are enlightened or they are experiencing ascension. As you watch this world explode into chaos, please understand that this is the loosening, the back and forth, and allow it to be so, without judgment and in love.
Em